Another interesting PFL weekend has ended. Emotions were high at Binnan Stadium when Stallion and Digger literally fought it out. The two top teams are now finalized and Loyola are definitely out of the running for a place in the final top 4. And let's discuss Matchday Media and their broadcasting of the PFL. It's really bad. So sit back and relax and I will take you through the highlights of this weekend's PFL.
It's the PFL, we can't help. We can't.
Mabuhay and welcome to another PFL recap with me, Andy K. Week 16 of the PFL had some very interesting and intense matches. And now we know for sure that Kaya and Digger will finish first and second. No other team can catch them up at this point. And also Loyola still had a very small chance to get into the final top 4 before this weekend, but their hopes are now definitely gone. So let's jump into the action. But first, let me ask you a question. What are your opinions about Matchday Media's broadcasting of the PFL? I know many have strong opinions about Matchday Media and their way they are handling the broadcasts. Leave a comment down below. I will give my 5 cents at the end of this video. The first match of the weekend was Mendiola against Maharlika. Mendiola in last place, looking to get their second win of the season, and Maharlika wants to show that they are a better team now than they were at the start of the season. And it was Maharlika who started the scoring. Dalton Diga headed in 1-0 before halftime. Then in the second half, Maharlika got a penalty, and to make things worse for Mendiola, Mal Habidullah got his second yellow card and was sent off for that challenge. Serge Kaole took the penalty and made no mistake and scored. With one man short, Mendiola started to struggle. 3-0 came shortly after, Hamad Saidi with his 5th goal of the season. In stoppage time, Serge Kaole scored after some very nice play by Maharlika and made it 4-0. But it wasn't finished there. Defender Kailan McLeod made the final result 5-0 to Maharlika. Davao needed a win against Philippines youth national team to have a realistic shot at the top 4, but the youth team keep putting sticks in the wheel for the top teams. A very good defensive display by the youth team. Davao struggled to find the goal and was actually the young ones who had the best chances. In the first half, a mistake by Dini Guatra almost cost Davao, but it was saved on the line by a defender, and the follow-up Dini recovered and saved himself from disaster. Second half, biggest chance for the youth team was a free kick, a nice variant that tricked the Davao defense, but the shot hit the crossbar. The match ended 0-0 and Davao's chances for 4th is now very slim. They need to win their last 2 matches with many goals, and Wontagig would need to lose with the big numbers. And also Cebu and Stallion's result must also go in favor of Davao.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
And at the same time in Cebu was playing Loyola. But I don't have any highlights of this match to show because the stream of Matchday Media went down or was lagging or something. It's not up on Matchday Media's webpage anyway. I was following the match on live score and through a Discord chat, and things got really confusing. But first we knew that Ryo Togashi had scored 1-0 and that was the result. Live score was showing way in over 90 minutes. But Rico Andes had scored 1-1 in the 88th minute. And the Discord chat went wild. Someone reported that also made it 2-1 and then 3-1. But this couldn't be confirmed. People were a little bit confused. Live score, SofaScore, Flash score still had the game at 1-0. But it was just someone trolling in the chat. And it was actually 3-1 to Cebu. 2-1 came by Gabriel Silva and 3-1 Kainoa Bailey. But as I said, I have no goals to show you. But it was a good result for Cebu, and this means also that Loyola are definitely out of the race for top 4. I will talk a little bit later about Matchday Media's disaster here, so stay tuned. And then it was time for the heated match between Stallion and Madila Digger. Digger of course needed to win to keep pace with Kaya, and the Stallion would like to secure a place in the top 4. But it was Digger who took the lead, Modu Mane, in the 26th minute. Mane then scored his 2nd of the day just at the halftime mark. But during the celebration, a commotion started. A coach from Stallion didn't like that Mane was celebrating in front of the Stallion bench, so he kicked Mane. For the celebration, Mane did receive a 2nd yellow card and was sent off, and the Stallion coach also received a red card for his action. Even with one man short, Digger managed to score a third goal before the referee had blew the whistle for half-time. Postman guy with his 9th goal of the season. In the second half, Stallion tried to come back into the game, but Digger held firm, and with that, Digger had now secured a place in the ACL2. Most of the action took place on Saturday, but we had one game on Sunday, Kaya Iloilo versus Wontaging. And for the first time this season, we visited Iloilo Sport Complex in Iloilo City. And Kaya looking to not drop any points to give advantage over Digger, and Wontaging still had a chance to challenge for second if they win. But it was the reigning champions who took the command. Simone Rota headed in the corner in the first half. It was a tight match between the two good teams, but the second half Kaya doubled their lead. Martini Ray got to celebrate in front of the home crowd. The match finished 2-0 to Kaya. So let's take a look at the table. Digger is still on top with one more match played than Kaya in second, and both of them are now qualified for the ACL2. First place will get straight into the group stage, and the second place will qualify. And it now also looks like it's a 3-horse race for 3rd and 4th. Wontaging, Cebu are being chased by Stallion. Davao is more or less out of it. As I mentioned before, they need to get very lucky to even get a chance to challenge the teams above them. Maharlika closing in on Loyola, and Mendiola need to win their remaining matches to try and pass the youth team. But I can't see that happening. And the matches remaining are now on Wednesday. We have 2 matches. Stallion versus Cebu, and Stallion needs to win here to catch up with Cebu, and if Cebu wins they have 1 foot in the playoffs. And Loyola versus Kaya, and if Kaya wins they will move up to first. Then on Saturday we have 2 super matches, Kaya versus Digger. This will be the decider on who will take the first, a massive game for both teams. After that we will have Cebu against Stallion again. And if Cebu manage to win both matches against Stallion, they are through to the playoff. But Wontaging can stumble against Maharlika on Sunday and keep both Cebu and Stallion in the race into the last round. We also have the youth national team versus Loyola and Davao versus Mendiola on Sunday. The last matches of the league phase here. We have the youth national team versus Maharlika, Cebu will face Davao, Mendiola play Wontaging, Loyola and Digger will face off. And Kaya versus Stallion is the last match of this league phase. So let's talk about Matchday Media. There have been many strong opinions about Matchday Media during the season. I've covered some of it a little bit in other videos. Let's talk about the Cebu game first. I couldn't follow on Matchday Media when the game was on. I was busy, so I was mostly following it on live score and the chat. And I heard in the chat there that the stream just went down, or it was lagging a lot. It was very hard to keep up what was actually happen, and of course that is not good. And as well, the match you cannot look at. If you go to their webpage, you cannot find the match there and no highlights from it. And also, let's address the coverage of Kaya versus Wontaging. This is a massive game. It's the reigning champions against one of the contenders, and to have this stream was just, I'm sorry to say, it was awful. It started off good. I liked the nice close-up when the team were entering the field. It looks like, oh, you get the much better feeling than from other broadcasts I've seen of the PFL. But that ended when the match started. I don't know, there was no sound coming in. Of course that can happen through live broadcasting. But then the camera, it wasn't following the ball. I don't know, was there a real cameraman there? It almost felt like it was remotely controlled camera, because it was not smooth. It was just moving like this, trying to follow the ball. The first goal almost got missed because it was just, as you saw in the highlights, just happened at the edge of the camera. It was very badly produced, and they also, the graphics up in the corner, why can't they put in the same graphics that they had in Binyan Stadium? It's the same in the Cebu broadcast, it's also different. And also there were no time in the corner there in the Kaya match. It just felt very, very badly produced. This is a top match. This should be the best produced match of the season almost. Matchday Media, you need to step up your game. That was awful. That is it for this week's PFL recap. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, and remember, as always, like, share and subscribe. Palam.
The PFL, it's the PFL, the cat